Hello. Shawn Clement here, and our little guy Reese, and just here to introduce to you our new putting green from Design Turf. And I am so excited. I mean, I've always dreamed of having my own putting green in my backyard, and it's kind of cool that we're able to use the learning center in my office as a training ground, right? Because when we first did the putting green over there, I wasn't really enthused. I said, okay, you guys are the expert. We're a teaching facility here, and they went ahead and built these little crazy little breaks in there that we couldn't see under the artificial light, and it took us a long time to get used to that green. So I said, we're going to have that thing resurfaced, and the guys at Design Turf were able to redo their green at my office, and they made a consistent grade from back to front, and it was so much more enjoyable. So if you do a backyard and you want to practice your putting, what I recommend you do is do 1 to 2 slopes max. What we have here is we have it graded from the right side to the left side. And I've got a softer right to left putt on the bottom and a more aggressive, slope on the top 2 putts here. We got straight uphill, straight downhill, and from diagonal in here, it's relatively straight with a very minute break. So I have all the putts that I want to practice here on the putting green. So let's go, let's say we're going the right to left putt, nice smooth slope. And I'm visualizing my putt entering basically at 530. So a great way to go about it, as far as your alignment's concerned, you say, okay, that's too far left, can't go in. Still a little too left, boom. I like that a lot. So now I'm visualizing that ball rolling into the hole. So my eyes are 3 to 4 feet short. That's where it's going to take the break. I'm seeing the ball enter at 530, and once I see that, I let momentum do the work. Boom. See how beautiful this roll is? Like, I just went and played Lambton Country Club today in Toronto. The greens are superb, and this thing rolls exactly like it. It's very, very reminiscent of a nice bent grass green, and it's rolling, I would say, at about a 10.5, 11 on the stimp. I would say, closer to 10.5. And just beautiful putting surface. So now if I do my left to right, and it's slightly downhill from here as well. So I'm picturing my ball entering at 7 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. I just saw the ball roll in, let momentum put it in. Boom. Awesome. See how sweet that is? So you've got some nice rolls over here. I don't know if you can see as far as, let me show you, I'll give you a little tour here. So notice on this side, look at how they made this gorgeous contour around my trees, around my shrubs. It is so clean. I got so much less maintenance to do here. It is completely pet friendly. So if my dog does it, and my dog is funny, he won't do it on there, he'll do it on the natural grass over here, okay? And now I got my real feel golf mat right over here, and I can move this around the yard and hit some chip shots, and the green is actually very nicely receptive after the second bounce for those chip shots. So let me show you the break here on this side, and you'll see how this break is a lot more aggressive. So now I got to see the ball enter more at 4 o'clock. Up there, let it curl gently back in. See how nice, there you go. Ah! See how nice and aggressive that was? And this one here, this is really fun. This has to enter almost exactly on the fall line. So now I'm moving this way, and I'm going to let that ball trickle into the side there, and you're going to get a few putts like that on some of the greens that you play on. See how much it snaps? So we got a nice little hump right here. So I got to see that ball go into the hole. So over the hump, around, back into the hole at about 8:30. See how cool that was? Then I've got my straight downhill putt on this side. May have a little bit of break to the left. Yes, it does. Okay? And then I've got my uphill putts on this side. So have a look at their website, designturf.ca. Just a fabulous company. You know, that when they came in here, my wife was here at the time. I was busy at work giving lessons. And she said that the guys were absent. And the guys actually did some gardening up front and replanted some of her flowers. I'm telling you, they will please your wife like you wouldn't believe. So if you're in the Toronto area, or not, actually, they're throughout the whole of Canada. They've expanded to the rest of Canada. So anywhere in Canada, designturf.ca, have at it, enjoy, and they're much more affordable than you think. Look into it, please. All the best. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how the ball responds when it lands, just so you can see from a chip shot. Look at that. Get in. How about that? So, the first bounce is a little, and then see how it releases? So you basically get the same amount of release, it just releases a little differently than if you were playing. So that landed a bit in front. So let's see if we can do one more here. Look at that. Get in. Ha! So I hope you were able to see how receptive that was. And that's with a little Callaway Diablo. So I'm going to get my Titleist Pro V's out and see how they respond here. Right on the fringe, look at that. Boom. Look at this, perfect. Oh, just too much fringe. Just a hair more. There it is. Yep. Feel the weight. Let momentum cut through the stem. How about that? So, a little flop shot. This Real Feel golf mat. Just amazing for that. Look at that flop shot. A little more momentum. This Ping TS 2.0 glide. Amazing wedge. There it is. How about that? Isn't that cool? In case you were wondering why I'm using the Callaway Diablo in my backyard, see the Clement Classic 1965? Well, that was a nice 50th birthday present from my sister. So we found a nice home for them to be used here with the putting and flop shots. So I'm going to see if I can stop a little flop shot on the front corner of the green right here. Oh yeah. Look at that. Did you guys see that? Hopefully you did. Yep, there it is. So you can see how nice and soft the ball lands on this green. It's just so realistic. There it is. Oh, look at that. The perfect little flop shot. So let's go a little bit more of a longer chip. So this would be a great opportunity as a use the green as a landing area. So let's say I'm chipping to the corner right there, and I want to land it right in the center of the putting green. There we go. So I'm using the putting green as a landing area now. perfect. So go to the corner of the, perfect, just the corner of the yard right there. So as you can see, I got several options as to where I'm going to set myself up for doing my flop shots, my pitch shots, and my chips. And then the rest is what a fabulous putting green.